Hey, what's going on, party people? It's Rob here. I just wanted to start this out by letting you guys know that we actually made the mistake of recording the whole first episode of the podcast with the laptop microphone instead of the actual microphone. So bear with us on the audio quality here. I promise for future episodes it will improve. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, comment on any of the topics we discussed today, and please enjoy.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's nothing really specific on it, but the overall gist of all these articles is that the U.S., Russia, and China are all kind of working together on the whole North Korea situation, and I mean, which I think is I think that's important because I mean, I've been saying this from the beginning since before I mean, it really even got close to Hillary and Donald Trump is that like we need to have good relations with Russia and China because those are the two other biggest superpowers in the world besides us. So the thing is like. Now that it's gotten to this point where it's like Trump is president and you know TPP is like canceled and everything. The thing is that not canceled, but we backed out of it. The thing is that I think we could still have good relations with China, even with that. I think we could make a different trade deal with China outside of the TPP, and beyond that, you could even talk about the the whole Syria problem with Russia that we've been having. But I think we could even move forward past that. In this whole North Korea thing, but that's just the way I see it.
You know, and I really agree. I really do think as a superpower, which America truly is, I really do think that we should, instead of trying to rely on ourselves and try to be the biggest cool, big, badass superpower, I feel that we should be smart instead of trying to be tough and actually get these relations with these other big countries and then form, because if you are a superpower and you are, I guess, tight with all the other superpowers and you have good relationships with them, you are set. The country it will be well off. And I feel like to be a very well off country and I guess see change into what most Americans want to see, I think that forming those relations I think is at least a start to at least something different to what most honestly I feel like most Americans want change, and I guess I feel like this is like a start if we can get those relations. I'm not sure.
I completely agree with you there. Problem with that is that like I don't know. I think that as long as we stay focused on primarily ourselves and try to stay out of foreign affairs as much as possible. Yeah. Like without it really needing our involvement. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's going to keep us like moving towards like a better point in our country. But as far as that goes, I don't think it's necessarily like that being said, I don't think it's a bad thing that we're working together with countries like Russia and China to take on things like ISIS, things like North Korea in that sense, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like the United States hasn't done, I guess, anything towards ISIS, which kind of makes me question their actual power. I feel like there's a lot of hype, as most civilians hear about, on how dangerous ISIS really is. Mm-hmm. But I guess if they were truly that dangerous, I think as a country we would have done something.
Right.
And I think that's been completely blown out of proportion with the media. And I truly think that the whole ISIS thing was covering up, I think, something deeper.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like, Obama funded ISIS. So, I mean, like, that's just plain and simple. That's what happened. And, I mean, you could say they're trying to cover that up, but with ISIS, like, no. I mean, that's just clearly a problem. That's a war on Christianity over East. And, I mean, it's an issue that I'm not sure... I'm not saying we shouldn't be involved with it, but I just think that it's an issue that needs to be resolved, but not so much for the people being affected, but just for the more or less for the principle of it. You know what I mean? Just the fact that like we can't really let being one of the superpowers in the world, we can't really like just let that shit slide. You know what I mean?
For sure. But at the same time, it's not even really a direct war with the United States, so I don't know why we have to get so involved with it.
Yeah, I don't know. They've killed everyone that they've come in contact with from the United States. They've pretty much immediately killed. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
whether they're armed or not.
I think that the ISIS thing has been blown out of proportion completely, and I think that we should focus on something else.
What do you mean? Okay, how do you think it's been blown out of proportion?
I think it's been blown out of proportion because they've been talked about to be so dangerous and a big threat to the United States when they've done nothing. You know,
They've done nothing.
They have not done very many things to the United States. They've done really fucked up shit to people in other countries, but I just think the United States should maybe step back and figure out our own shit before we start trying to go to the aid of other countries.
Bro, what do you mean? ISIS tells people in their propaganda videos to commit. They tell Muslims in America to commit lone wolf attacks.
Really?
Yeah.
And has that been happening though? Mm-hmm. For example,
Orlando, San Bernardino.
Were they all connected?
They were all claimed by ISIS. ISIS kind of claims everything, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, pretty much. It was all Islamic terror. I mean, people want to argue whether you can't say it was just because of their religion, but I mean, yeah, no, it was because of their fucking religion.
Right.
You know about the San Bernardino shooting, right?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Basically, what happened was this is a white neighborhood in California. This Muslim couple moved into a house there, and you need to pick that up.
It's a Snapchat.
Okay. All right, but anyways, so this Muslim couple moved into a house in San Bernardino. It's probably like, I don't know, this must have been like around a year ago by now. But what had happened was they were getting a bunch of like packages, like sent to their door for like 2 weeks, like straight, like just weird packages and like like suspicious looking packages and shit. And like none of the neighbors wanted to say anything because they didn't want to get called racist, and they didn't want to get called xenophobic and shit. So, anyways, after 2 weeks of them receiving these packages and shit, they end up shooting up the whole neighborhood and killing 14 people.
What?
And injuring I don't know how many. And yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up though that those people weren't able to say anything because if they did, it would have been racist.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And I mean, I'm not gonna make this correlation directly, but I'm just throwing this fact out there. The Facebook Live killer from a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
The Stevie Steve guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, his religion came out, and apparently he's a Muslim. I'm not saying that really had anything to do with the situation, but yeah, I mean that's just that's what's going around right now.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I guess you can't really tell anything really off the internet, but yeah, I could definitely see that correlating, especially with what you were saying that they want random acts of terror really with the citizens of the country, and and that's another one, and of course they filmed it.
Yep.
They want it to be known. They want it to be seen.
Bro, I could show you whole videos of ISIS fucking people up, though, honestly, dude.
Like burning them. I saw that one. That one was fucked up.
Bro, nah, you haven't seen the worst of it.
I just don't understand, though, then if there's such a threat, why we don't do anything about it. Like, if they're doing such wrong things to people, why aren't we doing anything?
Well, that's what people are kind of talking to Trump. Why do you think Trump's in Syria?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know Donald Trump because I just watched this. I just recently.
Donald Trump's not in Syria, but you know what I mean. Why do you think Donald Trump deployed troops in Syria?
Oh well, I just recently on Tuesday.
And plus the airstrike.
Oh yeah.
On the airstrike. Yeah.
Well, on Tuesday though, I was working out at the gym and I was watching some fake news on CNN, and it was just horseshit. Because everything was just total liberal left wing shit, hating on Donald Trump.
Yeah. I'm
personally I'm a Republican, but I don't feel the need to really to lie about the other side. I mean I'm a firm believer in facts. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in this is true. There's no way you can deny it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a firm I really like when. I don't like to argue about something that is true. And that's why I like facts. And it really disappoints me that a lot of these news sites, kind of like the mainstream media, along with even the news, hates our president. I don't care if you're the opposite if you're the opposite, like, beliefs, you know, like, I personally was Republican. 8 years of Barack Obama, I hoped for nothing but the best for the guy because that's my leader. That is, as a country, that is our leader. It really disturbs me that people, including the other side in the media, does nothing but try to find things to make our leader look shitty. No matter how shitty he is, why would we want him to look shitty? Why would you want that? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't really understand where the country is going, and where I don't care if you don't believe the same thing I do, or if I don't believe the same thing you do. I think we should turn the other cheek and just like you should hope the best for them, because no matter what, right now he's our leader, regardless if you like him. So as a country, why wouldn't you just think, oh shit, like, I may not believe what, like, maybe some of the things that he has, like, he believes in, and maybe some of the things that are getting passed because of him in office. And I know it goes deeper into that, like what things get passed and like the House and how it sways, you know, heavy Republican, heavy Democrat. I understand that, like, that affects people's lives and other shit like that. But I don't understand when someone is elected president, even if it's not the one that you want or maybe wanted, why you don't think, okay, well, you know, he's here for the next 4 years. Let's get shit done then. You know, like, let's hope for the best. You know, I don't understand why the United States, after already, it's been like, what, 4 months? He's been in office now? 3-4 months? Why we haven't gotten over it? You know, why haven't we just accepted, okay, like, this is our leader, let's support him. Let's, like, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what it is? It's this whole wave of this fucking participation award, fucking pat on the back way of fucking parenting. It started with millennials. Because now, you know, everyone's such a goddamn crybaby, you know what I mean? No one has any fucking discipline. No one has any fucking sense of, you know, reliancy or fucking responsibility. So it's just a matter of like, oh, my person didn't win. Oh, no, not my president, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's just how it is, you know, that's just how people are in our generation. And you can look at it as a bad thing, but the way I see it is that there's people who are like that, and then there's people who are like fucking normal, and you know what I mean? And to be honest, I think that the media, like, really, since you were talking about how the media blows ISIS out of proportion, which I'm trying to prove you wrong in a little bit here, I think, truthfully speaking, I think they really do blow out of proportion, like, the whole SJW movement of, you know, Trump hating people. You know, like, yeah, they're out there. The country's pretty split. But I think what that doesn't account for is the really, really, really large percentage of people in the country who really just don't give a fuck one way or the other. Like, they really just don't care. They don't have time to care. And that's all it really is. That's all politics really comes down to for most people, honestly.
Mm-hmm. For sure, I completely agree. I'd have to say, I don't know many people that are, I would say, I guess, politically educated, nor would I call myself even nearly politically educated at all. I could barely even say it right there. But I do believe that there are too many people that are politically uneducated that are in the position where you need to be politically educated. I think it's just, that's how it is. I mean, I'm not saying, I could never go into office and do their job. You know, I'm not saying I can. I'm not saying it's easy, nothing, but I just, they just, I don't know. I don't think they really know what they're doing right now.
Well, what do you mean by politically educated? Like, in what sense?
Well, I mean, I'm for Donald Trump, and I know he understands money, and money is really a lot, like, that's the world, which is all money, and that's like, whoop-de-doo, awesome, he understands money and foreign, like, and he's good with, like, foreign affairs and such. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't, I don't think he really truly understands what being, like, the president and the leader really means. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like he's politically uneducated. Where I once again, I don't like Barack Obama, but I did respect the way that he carried himself, and he never said, you know, he never really ran his mouth because he was politically educated. He understood the position he was in and his boundaries. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump does not have that, which he needs. And I feel like more people, a lot of the people that don't like him and actually have reasons, I guess, to not like him, they can kind of back it up. I feel like they're more scared because the reason that he opens up his mouth and says things more than they just don't like him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like people are honestly kind of almost scared or frightened with the way that he says things and runs things because I feel like they think kind of almost like he also doesn't know truly how much power he has. You know what I mean? And where you can say the wrong thing and spark something bad. That's kind of where I stand on that.
All right, yeah, and that's where I'm gonna come in. If you haven't been listening up to this point, this is the first episode in an ongoing podcast that currently, as of recording this, has no name. My name is Robert Cars. I'm here with my friend Mac Roberts. What up? And yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. So we've been talking a lot about politics, a lot about foreign affairs, a lot about Donald Trump, and not in a bad way. But I want to get back around to a point me and Mac were talking about earlier, and you were trying to tell me that the media, I'm assuming you were talking about the Western media, like out here,
Yeah.
blows ISIS out of proportion. And blows, like, you know, their threat to us out of proportion. And I mean, I just kind of wanted to throw out a counterpoint to that. So I'm going to show you this video real quick. And this is ISIS propaganda. I won't even have the audio. It's not really that important.
I mean, I understand propaganda and I'll watch this, but propaganda is a whole lot different than
Okay.
making a move.
Alright, you could say that. That's a general statement. But specifically what this is a propaganda video of ISIS training child soldiers. Like young, like 7, 8, 9 to 12 to like 14 years old. And the thing about that is it's really easy for those kids to fucking get mixed in with child refugees. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I mean, I don't know. So you were saying they're not really a threat to us, but I mean, look at these fucking kids, dude. Look at these fucking beastie. Like, look at these kids, dude. They're going fucking crazy.
But you can say the same thing about a lot of the Muay Thai kids in China. I mean, they're...
Well, yeah, that's true, but China fucks with us though, and China doesn't want to destroy entire religions and races.
Yeah, I understand. I think with ISIS for sure, outside of North Korea, I think ISIS for sure we need to step back from and not attack. I think we need to wait. North Korea though, after I saw that propaganda video, I don't know.
Bro, just look at these kids fuck shit up. God damn. Just imagine a kid running up on you like 5 years old and just tossing you ass. Like,
Smacks you in the face and knocks you out.
like, hit him with the armbar. And this is just sparring. They ain't even hitting each other for real.
Yeah, and I feel bad for these kids too though, because like you said, they're refugees. A lot of the kids probably have no choice. They are probably the kids that ISIS people have maybe blown up the villages, took the kids, and this is what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they have a choice, but I mean a big part of it is they're also kind of brainwashed to a certain like extent. I saw this other video. I won't even bring it up because it's really fucked up. But it's this it's one of those ISIS execution videos. And anyways, there's this like I swear to God, this kid's like 4 years old, like 3 years old. He got like barely taught. And he's holding the detonator. You know, he's doing the whole little spiel, the little monologue. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna go blow up this infidel now. And then, yeah, bro, he just hits this button on this detonator, and he's just looking off at this car in the distance. And there's just this dude tied up in the car, yeah, bro. And then the kid is just like cheering and shit.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up, dude.
That's what I'm telling you.
And you know what? I'm so fortunate that doesn't go on in our country. And one thing.
Okay, no, let me stop you there before you continue that thought. Sorry, but no, okay, but that's the thing. Is like that's what I'm trying to say. Is like you don't understand. That's what their plan is. They're training these kids to do this shit and then act like normal little kids who are like trying to get away from this shit. Come over here in the refugee program.
And do it.
Yeah, and then do this shit to us.
I honestly,
That's what the plan is. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I could definitely then. I personally believe.
It'd be like literally Children of the Corn fucking everywhere, bro. It'd be fucking insane.
I think we should have not the Muslim ban. I think we should have the dangerous country ban. I do believe in it. Definitely believe in it. What if, like,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
What if you were the victim?
Like,
because if any fucking person was a victim of this, they'd believe it.
I'm not saying we shouldn't be sending aid over there, but like,
oh no, not at all. They need help, and I think we can definitely help them, and we can easily give them a nice.
I think we should just find like an island somewhere and just like airdrop them.
Really?
Yeah, just find an island.
Like find them like a safety spot.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll just put them in like Australia or something. Australia said they want to take a bunch of refugees, so fuck. Like, bro, all these other countries are talking shit about us, and they're saying, "Oh, we want all these immigrants. Why don't you fucking take them then? Fucking take all the refugees. We don't want them." This is what I was saying, bro. Fuck building a wall between us and Mexico. What we should do is we should take all the money we're investing in that, build a fucking road that connects the border of fucking El Paso and Mexico to the border of fucking Minnesota and Canada, and it's just a straight bridge highway that connects the fucking borders. And Mexico, we give everybody in Mexico cars, right? And then they can just go straight to Canada
and turn it into fucking cool. New Mexico.
Yeah, if that's what they want, fine, that's cool. And then once we get our economy back on track, then we can build 2 walls. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I agree. I do like the ban because it's a dangerous country. I guarantee if any fucking person was a victim of this, they would believe in the same ban. They would want the ban too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, do you like I said, like, you may not be some people may not be passionate about it, but do you wait until you're a victim? Do you wait for the next person?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, when's enough? What, like, do you wait till there are so many in here that they have like a militia? Like, is there going to be a full-blown civil war, or are we going to do something about it? And then we start doing something about it, and people on CNN and shit are squealing, calling him evil. What the fuck? He's not even the one who fucking issued the ban. The Obama administration did. What the fuck? Since when was Trump the evil one about it?
And you know, I mean, the biggest criticism is Trump striking fucking Syria. But here, I'll show you this video.
I saw it. Did you see? I saw the packet. Like the people. Like
you saw the video of the guy.
The people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The bald dude.
Yeah. I think. Was it like in the desert?
Nah. Here, I'll show you.
I saw a video of the actual like locals talking about it.
Survivor.
The locals were talking about it, and they said like it was a complete, full blown out ISIS camp. Like no civilians. Like 100 of them dead.
Here, I'll show you this shit.
I woke up, I saw a lot of texts on my phone. I saw the news. I cried out of joy. I jumped. I thanked God. I don't know. I was overwhelmed. We've been asking for protection. We've been asking for consequences for more than 6 years. And today, for the first time, it happened. For the very first time, we see Assad held accountable just for once, held accountable for his crimes against humanity. I was overwhelmed. I felt grateful for President Trump. I felt grateful for the United States. I felt grateful for each and every person who lobbied and called and kept on talking until someone actually listened.
There are people in America, and I hear you supportive of President Trump, and so many people are, Democrats and Republicans, but there are also people over here in America who are saying, all right, so clearly President Trump is motivated by just, as we all have compassion for these just horrible images of these babies who were killed, but at the same time, this is a man who, doesn't want Syrians to come into this country with this refugee ban. I want to just play some sound. Hillary Clinton weighed in.
We cannot in one...
Alright, we'll cut it off at the heartbeat screeching. But yeah, I mean, anyways, man, so... that's kind of that guy's opinion. I completely agree with him in that sense. So, I mean, the thing is I notice a lot of the time when people out here get offended by something or get triggered by something, whether it be cultural appropriation or, the refugee ban, things of that nature. The only people who really seem to have a problem with it are the people out here, Yeah. The people in other countries seem to be pretty fucking supportive of it overall.
I think the only people that we should worry about are the people, the victims. And the victims that just showed, the victims that we went and tried to aid by doing that are satisfied.
Exactly.
That's where it should count.
The only problem with that is that video that I just showed you where you get these kids mixed in with the victims.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they fucking run up on you and snap your neck with their legs and just...
Yeah. I mean, I really think that... I think Donald Trump was right with doing that attack, as civilians have said. So, I mean, right now, he's 1 for 1, if you ask me. He did a good job. They're satisfied.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean... Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like Trump overall. One of the biggest reasons that I didn't vote for Hillary was, she said that she was going to establish a military presence in Syria. That was one of her plans. And the reason that I wasn't on board with that is because obviously that would piss off fucking Putin, who's allied with Syria. And, that's not going to look good.
Right.
The reason why I think it's different with Trump, and I'm not saying it's completely defensible, I'm not saying I love the fact that he's in Syria, but overall I agree with it. The thing is that I keep saying he's in Syria, the deployment in Syria. But the thing is that, Trump has a way, way, way better chance of maintaining, like, a decent relationship with Putin than Hillary Clinton would, aside from, like, situations like this, you know what I mean? Like, even given situations like this, like, like, obviously, like, if Hillary Clinton were to have done the same thing, we'd be going to war with Russia fucking immediately. And, I mean, China, I don't know how they would feel about it. They'd either side with us or Russia, but...
I mean, I don't know, like... I don't know the direct quotes. I could cite it, though. Didn't Putin say something like, war would have been waged if we would have elected Hillary Clinton? Didn't he say something... I think he was honestly... you can look it up, but I think he said something really bad about if America elects Hillary Clinton, that he will not support us in any sort of way, fashion, or anything.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
And I think that just really shows, though, like... Nobody else supports Hillary Clinton outside of the United States. And we need foreign affairs, so right there, Trump would have been the man from the beginning.
Well, exactly. Why do you think nobody voted for Hillary Clinton? And the thing is, yeah, you can argue, oh, she won the popular vote. Okay, no, the thing is that she didn't. You can corroborate the whole thing that Trump said about the 3 million illegal votes or whatever it was. And I mean, yeah, that number could have been hyperbolized to an extent, but the thing is, you can corroborate it to an extent. The thing is that there's also evidence of I think it was a couple of different places. Detroit, there was precincts in Detroit, and then there was another city where this happened, where as soon as the precincts closed, as soon as the polls closed and the votes came in, there were like 3 or 4 different precincts in each city that had like 100% for Hillary Clinton.
What?
Yeah, and I mean there was proof way before the election came around, like when voting started, obviously, of probably before voting starting actually, of the DNC hacking the not hacking but putting code into the into the voting system.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, you can look all this shit up, bro. It's out there.
And that's just crazy because like I feel like I would be educated, but there's so many things out there, like undercover and sneaky, sly things that's going on that I don't even hear about, know about. Even, I'm a pretty avid, I would say, social media person. Even through social media, I don't really see many of these things. Like it's really a wake-up call when you do, because you hear about a lot of grimy things that these people that are supposed to be professional are really doing. They're doing bottom feeder things. And that I don't even know what to think about that, because those are the people that we have trust in. Those are our leaders. Those are the people that we would expect not to be doing those things, like the good, the higher class almost. You know what I mean? Like the better, the great citizens, the people that want nothing but good for you and the country they're in.
Right.
Instead, they're doing grimy things. They keep stuff from their country. They do a lot of things that you wouldn't want into a leader, and we don't say a thing about it. Right. We all know. And nothing is said. It's just there. Everyone knows. It's just like we hear things and like we hear a lie and just like turn the other cheek, like it's just like an everyday thing. You know what I mean? Or like in like how does it like the whole Hillary thing? How does anyone ever like she was facing jail time? How is she even getting talked about in the presidential election?
I don't know. You know, there was that whole thing too. A lot of people forget about this, but didn't she spend? She was hospitalized or something for like a year, wasn't she?
I think she was.
Yeah, it was some shit like that. She was like unconscious or some shit like that. She had fucking brain damage or something. That's what Bill Clinton said.
And didn't she send someone around that like looked like her or something?
I don't know. I don't know about that. All I know is like there's shit that said that she like suffered brain damage or some shit. Let me try to look this up. I don't know anything about like a body double, but
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I do know that I saw some shit on the internet though that was like a conspiracy fucking thing. I didn't do any research on it, which I should have, but it was a total conspiracy thing about how apparently Hillary Clinton was in the hospital and she was super sick, and so she had someone who looked just like her go around, and then it showed photos of the lookalike or apparent lookalike, and how it does apparently look different than her. And I could obviously tell. I just couldn't tell if it was maybe like photoshopped or if it was just maybe a weird image or a weird view of her. It definitely looked different than it was not Hillary Clinton from the photo, but who knows, you know, I didn't do any research into it, but I think like if that's like that kind of stuff is what people are talking about, worrying about, like that's just, I think that's fucked up. Why is our country, why are they seeing shit like that? Why are they even thinking that our leader would do that, you know? Some of our leaders, some of our higher citizens, why would they think that they would be doing that, or why would they do that? Or why do they keep all these things from us? I just don't really understand.
yeah, here, I found it.
Yeah.
No, look at this. From 2012. Hillary Clinton hospitalized over blood clot discovered after concussion.
What?
Let's see. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton was hospitalized in New York on Sunday after doctors monitoring her recovery from a concussion discovered a blood clot, according to a statement from her office. The statement said that in the course of a follow-up exam, Secretary Clinton's doctors discovered a blood clot had formed stemming from the concussion she sustained several weeks ago. She is being treated with anticoagulants and is at New York Presbyterian Hospital so that they can monitor the medication over the next 48 hours. Her doctors will continue to assess her condition, including other issues associated with her concussion. They will determine if any further action is required. Clinton aide Philip Raines, who issued the statement, declined to provide further details. Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, that's so fucked. Brain damage?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So yeah, I guess, yeah, well, she had a fucking concussion and a blood clot, so I mean...
Well, dude...
And then here's something saying that the Clinton Foundation gave $125,000 to the hospital after she was
pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pharmaceutical companies. Yeah.
Makes you
You know,
think.
yeah. Before we started recording, me and Mac were actually just talking about this earlier. It's something like 93% of the ads on TV are run by or are from pharmaceutical companies. And I mean, that shit's just fucking crazy. Like when you really fucking think about it.
Our government and the pharmaceutical companies are giving us poison.
Exactly.
And they're just advertising poison on the TV. That's all they're fucking doing. 93% of the things that are on the commercials that's disgusting. I heard that fact today at work, and that was disgusting. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to go to the doctor.
No, yeah.
I don't want to fund them. What the fuck? No, I don't want to fund. No, none of that.
I was hearing some shit about there's like a hospital or something. I don't know. It must have been like Albuquerque or something. It was like some years ago.
Yeah.
And I guess they were fucking they were killing people and harvesting their organs. People who had donors on their license, and I don't know. It was on 60 Minutes or something like that. You have to look it up. I don't really know. Let me see if I can find it.
I have no idea, man. I do know that those big pharma companies, though, they're shadier than hell. Shadier than hell. And you,
Yeah, here, 2004.
in the chemical compounds and the drugs that you break down that they give you, that's fucked up too.
Listen to this. Yeah, no, like doctors be like experimenting on people and shit. A Western Colorado coroner said Monday that 2 hospitals allowed vital organs to be removed from a man before they had proven he was brain dead, and he declared the death a homicide. The cause of William Rardin's death was removal of his internal organs by an organ recovery team. That's fucking crazy. You know how fucking terrifying that is?
That's so crazy. What? Read it one more time.
Okay, a Western Colorado coroner said Monday that 2 hospitals allowed vital organs to be removed from a man before they had proven he was brain dead, and he declared the death a homicide.
What the fuck?
So yeah, bro,
What, dude?
that's crazy. Let me see if they talk about what they did to him. Followed rules and did nothing wrong. Okay. Officials with St. Mary's and the organization that coordinates organ donation in Colorado and Wyoming insisted the surgeons followed rules and did nothing wrong. We have never, ever, ever had anything like this presented to us before, said Sue Dunn, Vice President of Organ Procurement Operations for the Denver-based Donor Alliance. We talked to the family the day of the donation. This gentleman was on the donor registry. We've heard nothing from them regarding this.
Holy shit.
Attempts to locate Rardin's family were unsuccessful, and someone who answered the phone at the Montrose hospital said no one was available to comment. I want to find out like what they took from him. Okay. Rardin was brought to Montrose Memorial on September 26th and declared brain dead. Young said he was then taken by helicopter to St. Mary's, where he was again declared brain dead, and surgeons removed his organs. Dan Princer, a vice president at St. Mary's, said the hospital is willing to have a third party evaluate how Rardin's case was handled to prove everything was done correctly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So like they went to 3 different places and then he was brain dead?
I guess they swooped him in the helicopter and whatever. I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's a whole lot of like inconsistencies with that. That shit's weird.
Damn, dude. That is kind of weird. And then they just got his organs, stripped his organs.
Yeah, they took his organs out
Done.
before they declared his death.
Dude, that just makes it scary because for people in a coma?
I guess. I don't know. It didn't sound like he was in a coma. Because it sounded... Bro, if they airlifted him, that means that something happened, like, right then.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so fucked. Dude, I don't even know what to think. Like,
I swear.
personally, I'm more of like a guy, I'm an organic kind of guy. I don't like to go to the doctor, none of that stuff. I like all my stuff because you don't know what's in that stuff. You know, I like to know every little bit of what's in everything. You know what I mean?
That's why I'd just be so scared to like fucking like tear my ACL or some shit, or like have to like get some crazy fucking surgery.
Yeah, dude, because you don't know what they got.
I saw this video. This dude had to get a cyst removed, and it was inside his stomach, and when they pulled it out, it was like this fucking big, dude.
What?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Bro, and like, do you know how easy it is to get a fucking cyst? Like, have you ever had one before?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, it's super easy to get one, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude, that's scary.
that's what I mean. Just imagine if some shit that, like, you have no control over just happens to you like that, and it's just like...
And then you have to go there.
Exactly. Like, fuck that.
And the pain medication they give you and shit get you hooked on it for sure.
No, I swear, like, dude... I don't know. That's why. I don't know. I'm not exactly I'm not exactly an advocate for this. I'm not exactly a picture of health, but that's the best way to move. Is just fucking. I mean, people overcomplicate it, but it's really just burn more calories than you eat, and just eat right. You'll feel more full if you eat fucking vegetables. You can eat hella like asparagus, and it'll come out to like fucking like 15 calories or some shit. You can eat like a whole like fucking like fat ass handful.
Yeah,
like
dude.
15 calories. Like that's fucking good for you.
Yeah, dude, but I'm more of a natural guy, as you can tell. I like to roll up my natural, get my natural medicine, natural head medicine and shit. But
Sir,
outside of that though, for instance, whenever I get ear infections, it's I'm pretty sure that it's a virus, so then you do need an antibiotic for it to, I guess, for them to. They say that's the only way to really have it go away, but I get them quite often. Because I'm surrounded sometimes by like cigarette smoke that triggers ear infections for me sometimes if I go to like public places where it is, for instance like the fucking casino.
Oh yeah.
But I just hate medication and all that stuff. I just don't believe in it. So whenever I get ear infections, I know when I have them because I get them quite a bit, or I used to at least. I go into like saunas. I do natural things. You know what I mean? I do different bacteria. Like I make sure I eat right. I eat more honey. I do like I'm on a multivitamin, like things like that. And like it takes the same amount of time. You're on that prescription medicine for a week. Okay. I work out. I make sure I go in the sauna, the steam room. I sweat it out. You know. I make sure I do that for a week and it's gone. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't spend any money. I didn't take that horse shit. Whatever's in there. And I'm cured. It's a lie. You do not, like, it's considered like a sickness that you do need to go to the doctor until it goes away. That's bullshit.
Yep.
That is bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't. They're natural cures for everything. Everything.
I wouldn't say everything. Though.
Close. Damn near close, dude.
It's not much of a natural cure for if you fucking snap your leg in half.
Well, I'm talking more like illnesses and sicknesses.
No, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, you're gonna need a doctor.
We need doctors, and they're well respected.
And that's not so much in defense of them, but I guess I'm more or less saying that because I'm saying like what the fuck would you do? You know what I mean? Because then they're gonna put you under anesthetic. No one's gonna be in the room to see what the fuck they're doing to you. They could do all sorts of fucked up shit to you while you're fucking sleeping.
Yeah, and once again, you'll have no idea.
I'm trying to avoid like too much fucking conspiracy theory shit here.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, yeah, you people at home, you guys can look this shit up for yourselves. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I fuck with natural stuff too. I don't know. I would just like to know. I just like to know like what I'm eating and putting into my body. Like what if it affects me, I like to know what it is. Therefore, with natural things, I know exactly what it is, where it comes from.
Right.
Like that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess you can say, oh, you know, the fruit has GMOs, blah blah blah. Well, you know, it's hard to get away from, but I know like my family likes to buy like the completely organic shit and that kind of cool stuff. So that's nice, but it is hard to eat a healthy lifestyle unless you got money. If you do not have the money to spend it and the time, it's inevitable you will not live a healthy lifestyle because of the way that society's ran with fast food and food.
No, that's what I was actually gonna add. Counter kind of to your earlier point, like a few minutes ago, is that you know, like some people, you were talking about your lifestyle that you try to live. The thing is that a lot of people don't really have those advantages where they have that kind of time and they have that kind of money, either or, because they're either at work all the time or whatever, that they don't have work, so they don't have any fucking money. The thing is that if you're at least like above the poverty line, if you can afford groceries and shit, and like if you have a job, you don't have to exercise every day necessarily. You know what I mean? As long as you get your 10,000 steps in a day, you're good.
For sure. I mean,
and as long as you just eat healthy, as long as you just consume the right food, you can do it on a budget if you need to. It's like people, that's what I'm trying to say. People overcomplicate it. And yeah, it takes longer than if you go the vitamin, protein powder, workout every day, that kind of vibe. Yeah, obviously that'll get you there way quicker. It'll get you in you know, picture health, you know, quicker. But the thing is that you don't need to be there at the beginning. You don't need to be there at that first step. You can work your way up to that. You know what I mean? You can start anywhere. You can start by eating 3/4 of the food that you would normally put on your plate.
Or maybe just start out with cutting out fast food.
Exactly.
And then you start walking, and that for sure. I mean, it's definitely a step, and it's just how bad do you want it, how fast do you want it, kind of thing.
Exactly.
But
I mean, you can and it's easy with technology and shit. You can get fucking step counters on your phone. Look, I have 23,000 steps yesterday. I got 5,000 today. So I'm being pretty lazy today, but I haven't eaten anything, so it's good.
Right, and I think that kind of, it's almost weird to say, but I think that America's obsession with looking good is almost in a way like a good thing. You know what I mean? As shitty as it sounds, it drives some people to be healthy. You know what I mean? And,
I think
in the long run, they'll think like their body will thank them for doing that. You know what I mean?
I think that, not to nitpick too much, but I think that the term obsession and good thing, I don't think they really fit in the same sentence. But I think what you're saying about just beauty standards in America in general is really fucking true. You know what I mean? As far as like, I mean, people amp it up like it's a bad thing and like it excludes people. But it's not necessarily about exclusion. It's just more about like direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guidance. Like.
Yeah, and I feel like the obsession is almost just like a everyone's trying to get there kind of thing. Everything is like everything made. All the fitness products are products to get you there, not keep you there.
Exactly. It's capitalism. You're buying a product. They're selling you a product. They want you to buy their product more than the other person's product. They want you to be attracted to the product. They want you to be enticed by it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be attracted and enticed by fucking cellulite and fat folds, which I myself have plenty of. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying that's not what people like. And you can lie and say you like that as much as you want. And yeah, you know what? Maybe some people just are actually into that. I'll definitely fuck a chubby bitch. I don't give a fuck. I like some of them. Some of them are kind of fucking bad. The thing is like, when you're fucking 400 pounds and you're saying, hey, why don't I see people like me at the Victoria's Secret fucking fashion show? Don't even fucking ask that. Like, what do you mean?
Gross. People find it gross.
No, that's literally fucking disgusting. Like, you are dying. Like, you are going to die.
Yeah, that's another thing is people.
Like, you might as well just smoke 10 packs of cigarettes a day.
Literally, yeah. People also like
when you're like when it's to that, like, trust me, I'm fat as shit. But like the thing is, like, when you're to that point, that's too much. Like,
right? Yeah, I completely agree. 100%. It gets there's a point where it's too much. Definitely. That's another thing that I do kind of see sweeping the nation, which I guess I mean I don't mind it. It's like whatever. I guess it's more of a less of a pressure thing. Mm-hmm. I guess for kids, if kids believe in pressure, which I personally don't. I don't think there's pressure to look good around society necessarily set like bad at like a young age. Mm-hmm. Like you want to look good for your friends and get a date and such, but it's not like you're not fighting to like look good at 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can get away with eating like shit and playing sports and like you'll be skinny. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like I think that I lost my train of thought. I think a lot of the craze though is more for a little bit older people trying to get that young look back more than it is really about even being healthy.
Yep. And I mean, I think I don't know. I disagree. I think for a lot of older women it's that. Mm-hmm. But I think like I mean you go to the gym and you'll see dudes in their 70s who are like, you know, like decrepit, but at the same time they're fucking swole as fuck and they like look good. They look like they're gonna live another 20 or 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the thing is fuck, I lost my train of thought.
No, it's cool. Actually, what I wanted to add to that, because I kind of caught my train of thought, which is crazy, is that since when is it a bad thing to care how you look? Since when is it a bad thing to care about what you eat and be picky? Why is that bad? Why is it bad to say, like, to be that person that says, no, dude, like, I'm not going to eat that? Like, it seems like a little thing, but, like, since when is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? Like, people would just be like, oh, she's like, she doesn't eat shit, you know, blah, 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 but it's like, you know, since when is it a bad thing to be healthy? Or like, when is it like a bad thing to say no to all these things and almost like change your lifestyle? You know, like, I'll go to a friend's house and I'll get, I guess, like, they'll like laugh and joke about how, oh, I'm not going to eat that, I won't go out for pizza. They all like talk shit, and I'm like, well, dude, like, I'm working, I want to look good because look good, feel good, and I'm also healthy. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm healthy, like, it's a good feeling, it's a good thing, and I'll get shit for it. Like, oh, like, you won't eat this, or that, and it's like, well, why is that not pushed? Like, since when is that a bad thing, you know? Right. I don't know. I think that there's like not even a health craze. I think it's a look phase or a look craze. I think people like, there are all these like diets that are kind of said to be healthy, but they don't mention anything about being healthy. It's all just about how it'll make you skinny and look good. America does not have a health craze. It has a look craze. All it is to look good. You look at all that they lost weight. That like all they do is talk about how they lost weight. They don't talk about how if their cholesterol went down, if their blood pressure went down, if they don't have heart disease, if they're not diabetic anymore. The truly underlying shit that kills you.
Yep.
Because you can be 170 pounds and be diabetic as fuck. Like, you can be completely unhealthy as fuck. You can be 240 and be healthy. You know what I mean? Like, you may look good.
That's what I mean. I'm topping out at like 260 right now, and I mean I carry it pretty fucking well, to be completely honest.
Very good.
But the thing is like, I mean, like, fuck, I'm trying to lose most of that, to be honest, just because it's like, I mean, first of all, it's like, I mean, it's not so much out of a place of self-consciousness or anything or insecurity, but it's just like, you know, if you're fucking fat, don't fucking be the first one to take your shirt off in public and shit and, like, start removing clothing, you know? And it's not so much about, like, being ashamed of your body or anything, which is what people try to make it about, and being body positive. But it's just, like, it's just being fucking, like, decent to other people. It's fucking gross. Like, people don't want to see your fucking disgusting, like, mayonnaise belly and back, you know what I mean? Like, people don't want to see that. Like, it's literally fucking repulsive. And, I mean, the thing is like, I mean, you know, if you're at a fucking pool, like, sure, or whatever, like, I'm not gonna be, like, I was listening to Milo Yiannopoulos one time, and he was talking about, he was saying that, fat people shouldn't be allowed outside and shit.
Yeah.
And they should just have to stay inside and exercise until they like, get in shape, and then they can go outside and like go to the beach and shit.
That's far.
And I won't go as far as to say that, but it's like, I don't know, like fat people bring a lot of that shit on themselves. I, as a fat person, can say that. We bring so much of like the like negativity towards it. We bring it on ourselves. That's all it is. If you carry yourself in a certain way, people aren't gonna like look at it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about it, bro. Back in the day, 60, 70 fucking years ago, bro. Look at Major League Baseball, bro. Half the fucking baseball players were fat as shit. They looked like me, like, and that was fine. Nobody blinked an eye at that.
Yeah.
They were athletes. Like, that's what I mean. Like, nobody cared.
For sure, dude. Like, I completely feel you on that. And what it was, though, is like, there's almost like a look. Like, being thick, you're healthy as shit. Mm-hmm. And that's what those baseball players had, though. They weren't necessarily like fat. They were just like thick. You know what I mean? And I think that as a culture, we lost that. You're either fat or you're skinny.
Mm-hmm. To an extent.
Well,
more so than back then, yeah. But the thing is the thing that you have to look at is that a lot more people have a lot more reasons to stay inside nowadays. That's all it is, and just do less moving throughout the day. Back in the day, if you wanted to look some shit up real quick, your ass had to walk or fucking drive or whatever to a fucking library and go like read it in a book. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
like it just in that you were doing way more walking than you would do on a daily basis nowadays, just from being able to look shit up on your phone like on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like you were saying. You're saying you go to the gym and you exercise like a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
The thing is like, in modern day society, you almost, in a way, at least for most people's lifestyles, you kind of have to do that to an extent just to like get that exercise in. Back in the day, that's not really necessarily true. Like, you could get 30,000, 40,000 steps in a day just going about your average day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it all added up. You were just naturally, you had to do things, so it all just over time it accumulated as if you worked out like, or if you did like 20 push-ups every 10 minutes in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over the whole day, that's a hell of a lot. So I mean, for sure, I know we're definitely still a look crazed society. The only little bit of gap that I see is the dad bod. Mm-hmm. Girls seem to apparently kind of like that. That's just kind of like been in the talk on like a lot of the little magazines, is how a lot of celebrities are just kind of letting it go.
Well, but trust me, it's not the dads with the fucking beer guts.
No, it's just all it is just a little bit of no definition.
The thing is like what it really comes down to is like, I don't understand when you see people like Ashley Graham modeling for Calvin Klein, and you see. Did you hear that Amy Schumer was originally going to play Barbie in the live action movie?
What?
Yeah, Amy fucking Schumer. So when you see shit like that, I don't know, like, and when you see people complain about, oh, I hate seeing, like thin models. I want to see fat models. I want to see like 300-pound models and shit. Cause I can understand if you're thick, if you're plus size, sure. But I was walking in the mall the other day and I saw a like Calvin Klein ad or some shit, and I saw a like 400 or 500-pound woman. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, that's not okay. But more so to the point, it's like. So when I see people like complaining about it not being like that, it's like, That's like saying that you should see, like, 4'2" people in the NBA trying to dunk a basketball. Like no. Like, you can't dunk a basketball if you're not tall enough. That's just how it is.
Exactly, and I feel
you can't be attractive to people if you're not attractive. That's just all it is. Like,
and I feel people need to swallow facts.
And beauty is subjective. The thing that these people don't understand is that you're attractive to somebody. When you see those, like, 600-pound people, like, walking around, like, Walmart or wherever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, they have kids, they have husbands and shit, like, disgusting giant husbands. But the thing is, like,
someone fucks with
the thing is, like, if you're gonna be fucking, like, a disgusting human being, lower your standards a little bit and you'll find what you're looking for. Like, you don't, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Or like
society doesn't have to accept you. Like,
exactly. And if you want to get outraged and say, like, if you want to be big like that, you have to know that you're accepted. Yeah, you're accepted completely by society. We're not going to exile you, nothing, but you're looked upon differently, right? And if you want to rock that lifestyle, you need to go from being offended to rocking that lifestyle. If you're going to be that and say, well, why are you excluding me? Like, then rock that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, don't say why. Just be like, oh, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like you have to understand. Like, they need to understand, though. Like, they are. Think about it this way. You don't get the same looks. If I were to go outside on the street and shoot cocaine, people would think, or heroin, or whatever. People would think, like, holy shit, like, dude, that's so bad for that guy. Like, he's gonna die. You know what I mean? But they don't blink an eye when they see someone eating 2 double cheeseburger Whoppers thinking that dude's
exactly.
you know what I mean? So you see an addict walking around and you're like, damn, dude, like, that dude's fucked up. You see a big person and you're not supposed to blink an eye? What do you mean? It's still unhealthy. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, we can't say that's gross. Like, because that's your lifestyle. Like, if you want to fuck with it, then fuck with it. Rock it. But just no society, like, that's unhealthy. That's so people view that as gross.
But the thing is like, and I agree with you, like the healthiest thing to do would be to just cut out fast food altogether. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, people make this excuse, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. I have work. I don't have time to get anything else. I have to go to, like, somewhere with a drive-through, that type of thing. The thing is like, yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, it's not just, like, having to get fast food once in a while that's, like, fucking you over. You know what I mean? First of all, like, to remedy that, you can make your lunch ahead of time at home. But the other thing is that, like, you can have fucking McDonald's once in a while. You can get your little fat ass a Big Mac once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, even if you're still trying to lose weight, that's even fine once in a while. For sure, yeah. The thing is you need to balance that out with good food, low calories, and, like I said, just burn more calories than you eat.
It has to be a lifestyle. I think truly, though, it has to turn into a lifestyle.
Exactly my point.
It has to be a lifestyle to where you live healthy. Like, you should live healthy. No, like, if you're healthy, you know when you can have that snack. You know, like, I would say I'm a pretty healthy kid. You know, like, I'm a workout all the time. I'm pretty fit. I have a good diet. On a Saturday or whatever, on a Sunday, like, if I want to, damn right, I'm gonna go pig the fuck out.
Exactly.
Because I know, like, I work, like, because my diet is so consistent, it's like my lifestyle, that I know it doesn't matter because the other 20 days I'm eating clean.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that's what people don't understand, is, like, you can eat hella fucking food. First of all, that's good for you. You can eat plenty of food that's good for you and taste really good.
And you can
prepare
even eat hella
well.
calories.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is, like, the more work you do, like, this is how you do it. You use food as incentive. The more work you do, the more food you get to eat. Exactly. That's exactly how it works.
And the more food you'll actually need, not even get to eat, it's like the more you work out, like, your body's like a car. The bigger the car, the more gas it needs.
Yep.
So you'll start to get stronger, bigger, not necessarily like bigger, but, like, you'll see your muscles get bigger. You know, your muscles, you'll be stronger. So just by that, your metabolism goes up and your body will actually want you to eat more food. So in reality, that these people think, oh, like, I have to eat nothing. No, that's not it. They see my lunches, you'd see my lunch and you're like, holy, like, you can't even finish it.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like, I'm eating so much food. And I think that's another thing where people get it wrong is, like, yes, like, me today, I haven't really eaten much. I've worked, I've been busy, but I know I have to get my calories in. And I think that people need to know that they actually need to eat. Yep. Like, it is good to eat. And the more that you work, you definitely use that as if you are an eater and you like to eat and you're maybe like a larger person trying to cut down, that's a great incentive, being able to eat. But then when you're getting down and you're smaller, it just is great when you're small and you just devour food because your body needs so much food. You honestly, if you were like 350, your body would probably need more food to maintain like a built 190 than you would if you were like 250, 260. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would just have to be it doesn't eat like I am a high schooler. My parents don't eat healthy, but I guess I am fortunate to where my mom will like kind of make me not a separate meal, but like if like she won't like we don't go out for pizza. She'll make sure we don't do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But and so like that's kind of the nice thing. But I definitely still like I'm like 7-8% body fat. You know, so like I'm fit. But I eat lasagna. I eat, you know what I mean? You don't need to eat as strict as people say. You just don't, like, you don't snack. You have to eat meals. Snacking is where it's bad. And that's, once again, what do you see at every store you go to? Nothing but snacks. And that's where people mess up, is because snacks are just too readily available.
All right, and with that, I think we're going to close things out. Any final statements to add about anything that we've talked about today?
I think the last thing I would like to add is I think for whoever listens to this, if you are not a supporter of the leader of our country, whether you believe in him or not, I think that my only wish is that for some reason you respect it and just maybe open your eyes and give him a chance, and let's just see where things can go and kind of just support the man who's, I guess, running our country.
All right, so yeah, with that, Donald Trump is the devil. All fat people must die. Thanks for coming on, Meg. Appreciate it.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again sometime. All right, so go ahead and leave a little subscribe there at the bottom there. Go ahead and leave a comment if you want to talk to us about anything that we talked about on the podcast. We'll be sure to reply, anything like that. And see you guys next time.
Have a good one.